Ever thought about traveling with your furry friend? Ever wondered what it takes to cross borders with them? Imagine a world where your pets can travel as freely as you do. This is where the concept of a pet passport comes into play. A pet passport is an official document that records all the important information about your pet, from their health status to their vaccination records. In essence, it's your pet's ticket to travel the world with you. It's necessary for international travel with pets because it helps to ensure that diseases, particularly rabies, are not spread across borders. The benefits of having a pet passport are numerous. It eases the process of traveling with your pet, reduces quarantine times in many countries, and it opens up a world of adventure for both you and your four-legged companion. So, are you ready to learn how to get a pet passport for your dog? Let's dive right in. To ensure a smooth journey with your pet, preparation is key. This includes getting a pet passport. Embarking on the journey to obtaining a pet passport may seem daunting, but with the right guidance, it can be a straightforward process. It's all about following the steps, and the first one is scheduling a visit with your vet. It's crucial to ensure that your pet is in good health and fit to travel. The vet will conduct a thorough checkup, and this is the perfect time to ask any questions you may have about traveling with your pet. Next up, microchipping. This is a tiny device implanted under your pet's skin, and it's essential for identification purposes. It's about the size of a grain of rice, and it carries a unique number that can be scanned by a vet or animal shelter. If your furry friend already has a microchip, make sure that it meets international standards. After the microchip is in place, it's time for vaccinations. Most countries require that pets are vaccinated against rabies at least 21 days before travel. Your vet will provide you with a record of all vaccinations, which will be a crucial part of your pet passport. And finally, paperwork. Once the vet visit, microchipping, and vaccinations are done, it's time to get your paperwork in order. This usually includes a health certificate filled out by your vet, proof of microchipping and vaccinations, and sometimes a declaration of ownership. Remember, every country has its own set of requirements when it comes to pet travel, so it's important to check the regulations of your destination country well in advance. It's also worth noting that some countries may require additional treatments or tests, so it's always a good idea to double-check. In essence, the process of getting a pet passport involves a vet visit, microchipping, vaccinations, and paperwork. It may seem like a lot, but with careful planning, it can be a seamless process. Now that you know how to get a pet passport, let's move on to the next important step: planning your trip. Traveling with your pet requires careful planning. Let's talk about some things you need to consider. First up is your destination. Remember, not all countries have the same pet regulations. Some may require additional vaccinations or quarantine periods for pets. Make sure to research these guidelines and prepare accordingly. Your furry friend will thank you for it. Next, consider your mode of transport. If you're flying, check the airline's pet policies. Some airlines allow pets in the cabin, while others may require them to travel in the cargo hold. If you're road tripping, ensure your pet is comfortable and secure in your vehicle. For sea or rail journeys, it's crucial to check if pets are allowed and what accommodations are available for them. Accommodation is another crucial aspect. Not all hotels and rentals are pet-friendly. Look for accommodations that not only allow pets but also provide amenities for them. These could include pet beds, food bowls, or even a special pet menu. Some places even offer pet sitting services, so you can explore on your own if needed. Speaking of exploring, let's not forget about pet-friendly activities. Research ahead to find parks, beaches, or attractions where your pet is welcome. Some cities even have pet-friendly cafes and restaurants. It's always a good idea to have a list of nearby veterinary clinics just in case. Also, consider your pet's personality and needs. If your pet is an adventurous type, they might enjoy a hiking trip. If they're more laid back, a quiet beach holiday could be perfect. Remember, the trip is for both of you to enjoy. Lastly, don't forget about the essentials. Pack enough food, water, and any medication your pet may need. Bring their favorite toys or blanket to help them feel at home. And of course, make sure their pet passport is up to date and ready to go. Remember, a well-planned trip can make the journey enjoyable for both you and your pet. The big day is here. Let's talk about some tips to ensure your pet's comfort during the journey. First things first, packing a pet travel kit. This should include a leash, a couple of your pet's favorite toys, and a blanket that smells like home to provide a sense of familiarity. Don't forget to pack enough food for the journey and a few extra days, just in case. Include a portable water bowl, and remember to pack any medication your pet might need. It's also a good idea to have a copy of your pet's passport and medical records on hand. Next, let's discuss feeding and hydrating your pet. It's important not to deviate too much from their normal routine. Feed your pet a few hours before travel to avoid any discomfort or accidents during the journey. Always provide access to water, but try to limit the amount your pet drinks immediately before and during travel to prevent any unnecessary pit stops. Now, on to handling anxiety and stress. Some pets might not be used to traveling, and unfamiliar environments can be stressful. To help ease their anxiety, try to make the journey as comfortable as possible. This might mean bringing a familiar blanket or toy, or even a treat or two to keep them distracted. If your pet is particularly anxious, you might want to consider a calming aid. There are many natural options available, from sprays to chews, which can help your pet relax during the journey. Remember, it's always best to consult with your vet before introducing any new products into your pet's routine. Lastly, try to maintain a calm and positive demeanor. Pets are perceptive and can pick up on our emotions. If you're stressed or anxious, chances are they will be too. So, take a deep breath and remember, you're about to embark on an exciting adventure with your best friend. With these tips, you can ensure a comfortable journey for your pet. You've made it to your destination. Now, how can you make sure your pet settles in comfortably? Picture this. You and your furry friend have just touched down in a new city, or perhaps even a new country. The unfamiliar sounds, smells, and scenes might be a thrill for you, but for your pet, it could be quite overwhelming. Here are some tips to help your pet adjust to the new environment. First and foremost, try to maintain your pet's routine as much as possible. Animals thrive on consistency, and keeping their eating and walking schedules as normal as possible can help them feel secure in unfamiliar surroundings. Imagine how disconcerting it would be for you if suddenly breakfast was served at dinner time, or if you had to sleep during the day and stay awake at night. That's how your pet might feel if their routine is tossed out the window. Next, take the time to explore the new surroundings with your pet. If you've brought your dog along, leash them up and take a leisurely stroll around the area. Let them sniff out the new scents and take in the sights. This exploration time will not only familiarize them with the area, but also help them burn off some energy and reduce any travel-induced anxiety. It's also crucial to ensure the safety of your pet. Check your accommodation for any potential hazards, such as open windows, toxic plants, or small objects that could be swallowed. Make sure your pet's collar has a tag with your current contact information, just in case they manage to wander off. If you're in a foreign country, it might be useful to have this information in the local language as well. Lastly, remember that patience is key. Every pet will adjust at their own pace, and it's important to give them the time and space they need. With a bit of time, they will start to feel more comfortable and secure. Once your pet settles in, you can start enjoying your vacation. Traveling with your pet can be a rewarding experience. Let's recap what we've learned today. We started our journey by understanding the concept of pet passports. Remember, it's not just a document, it's your pet's golden ticket to the world. We then dove into the process of obtaining a pet passport, emphasizing the importance of timely vaccinations and vet checks. We also discussed planning your trip, because a well-planned trip is a smooth trip. From choosing pet-friendly accommodations to mapping out pit stops, every detail counts. We highlighted some handy travel day tips, like packing essentials and keeping your dog comfortable during the journey. And finally, we touched on settling in at your destination, helping your dog adjust to new surroundings. Now that you know the ins and outs of traveling internationally with your dog, the world is your oyster. Safe travels.